Hello, this is Eric Westerkamp at Caliber Mind. Today what I'm going to be doing is showing you how to use generative AI to help monitor your website and kind of let you know when there's like key activities happening from accounts or prospects that you may be interested in. The primary use case for this is sort of alerting you and your team when these companies hit your website and leveraging the power of AI to sort of summarize that information and then send it off to a channel that your team can monitor and easily act upon. The tools that we're going to be using are some website tagging tool that matches the IP address of people visiting your website to sort of a company or a domain and sends that data directly into a data warehouse. In this case, I'll be using Clearbit. Having a data warehouse that has all of this website data in it, but also has information potentially from your CRM or a data warehousing tool like Caliber Mind that has account information, including their ICP scores, the ideal customer profile score, so that you know which of these accounts you actually are interested in. Next, you'll need something to actually do the summarization, a generative AI model, Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, one of these. And finally, you'll need the ability to sort of send this off to a destination. In this case, I'll be using Slack. So super high level, here I'm showing you an actual example of the data running into the data warehouse where I'm pulling in the website hits. Specifically, I'm also pulling in all of the events. So this is sort of an event data stream showing the last X number of times that user or that person, account, sorry, actually was looking at the website and what those website pages were. Looking at the company, and then I'm pulling in an account profile information. This is coming from my data warehouse from Caliber Mind directly, where I've pulled in the ICP sort of level. Like in this case, this company is an ideal customer. We also mark things as ACP as acceptable, somebody that we'd work with, but may not be sort of the ideal profile for an organization for us. So I've built out this workflow. The first step is to get the website data, connect to the data warehouse, pull in those website hits, and then join it with that account data. So I've set a couple of variables here. Primarily, I've set what account profiles I'm interested in. We tag everything with sort of ICP, ACP, and some other tags. I'm only interested in this case in looking at the ICP and ACP accounts. Then how far back in time do I want to look? I want to go back, in this case, 12 hours, all the website hits for the last 12 hours. Now, that may be variable. If you're putting this into production, maybe you're doing this every 15 minutes or every hour, and you want to look back in time enough so that you're capturing new hits, but not anything before that, so you're not sending the same data out to the same channel. So let me run that step there. That pulls that data in. And now I'm running that query, and I'm getting that data and pulling it into my workflow. And you can see I pulled that data in. Here's the latest hits against our website. And once that's done, I now have a list of, in this case, I've got 15 accounts that have come in that kind of match our profile in the last 12 hours. But the next step is to look at every one of those items, pull out and extract that information, and then send it to your model so that it can actually tell you a little bit about like what's going on. In this case, I've got a version of Caliber Mind's Ask Cal that's linked to Gemini. So I'm looping through every website hit here. I'm now pulling in the company information, right? So I'll test this step out. And you can say, so it pulled out that first record on that account, and it's pulling in the information that I need to do my summary. And then I'm running Ask Cal. In this case, it's taking that information, summarizing it, linking it together, and using a set of system instructions to inform Gemini, in this case, what to do. So you can see here that I've used a set of system instructions which are essentially telling your agent exactly how to handle the data and what to do with it. Giving it a little bit of information like you are a sophisticated marketer, you're summarizing the data. I've actually outlined very explicitly what the data coming in is going to look like for it, and then what I want out. And you can see that I actually created some text here. And now that that's done, I can, I'm going to convert that output format, in this case it's Markdown, into Slack, a format that Slack actually understands. Just a little bit of JSON code, pretty easy. Just some code in there to basically take the format that Markdown comes in and turn it into the format that, in this case, Slack cares about. And then I'm going to send it to Slack. And so let me show you a little bit about what that looks like. So first off, I am going to bring up Slack here. Well, I'm going to turn this on and start having the workflow just kind of actually run through all of these items and then show you how that output looks inside of Slack. So there, I'm running it. I'm starting to see the first items come through. I am now bringing up Slack. I've kind of cleared my screen so I can start to see it. And boom, I'm starting to see that data kind of flow through into the system. I'm getting those website hits. These are the last ones. It's summarizing the data. And it's telling me information, very interesting, like, where did they go? What did they look at? What types of information and data were they doing? And in this case, like a key takeaway in how to kind of really look at that account. So this is a super simple example of how I can go from information coming in, hitting the website, pulling that in from a marketing data warehouse, leveraging generative AI to look at and understand what's going on with those accounts, and then send that out to a channel that my users, in this case, maybe my marketing team or my sales team can actually leverage and use. On the next kind of part of this, I'm going to actually dig into how can I refine this a little bit more? How can I look at maybe taking this to trigger a view into a more complete buyer journey for the account, and then using that plus maybe an engagement score to trigger follow-on activities. What do I do with this next? I'm alerting people, but maybe I want to send it directly to the same sales rep with a complete buyer journey, not just what's happening on the website. That'll be in the next section. I'll show how to build that out. Thank you very much.